A lot of guys aren't privy to this. They wonder why this chick keeps flaking on them because they're seemingly having a good conversation, right? They're seemingly having a good back and forth. They're exchanging cute little snaps and Instagram memes that are hilarious and funny. Everything's going good. Everything is seemingly fine. But they can't figure out why the hell things aren't going further. They're buffled, they're buffled, they're befuddled, baffled, bamboozled, swindled, all of that. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm going to talk about how you know that she is only using you for attention because a lot of guys are not privy to this, like I said, and a lot of men are because, well, now they're watching a lot of this type of content, so they're gaining knowledge. Now they're more enlightened. Now they're not in the dark about a lot of this stuff, a lot of these childish tactics. And this is for guys, for especially my younger guys, because I think a lot of older guys start realizing this. I know I started realizing this when I got older. Okay, it just comes with maturity. But a lot of younger guys still are in mystery, and they're the thing that you got to understand, fellas, is that women don't think like men, right? They don't have the same motives as men do. And I'm going to get into it. This is Tarek Talks. Let's sit down and let's talk about how you know that this chick is only viewing you as a texting buddy or she's viewing you as some sort of pen pal, okay? Some sort of Instagram meme and Snapchat validation machine, okay? So, you and this girl are talking, right? You're on the phone with her. You guys are FaceTiming. Everything is cool. Everything is copacetic. You might have met her online, which is common nowadays because there was a statistic show that more and more people are meeting online. It's getting increasingly more common to the point where that might be possibly the new norm or not, if not the norm, one of the norms. Okay. And this is where a lot of this type of behavior happens. But you might have met her out in a bar, you might have met her out in a restaurant, you might have met her in a store, grocery store, you might have met her when you were walking out and about, finna buy a cheeseburger with your fat ass. Nah, I'm just playing. But you get the gist. And you were talking to her, and she was talking to you. Everything seemed to be cool. She was smiling and giggling in her face. Ha ha. You guys exchanged numbers. Now you really think you're in there. You think you got this. Oh man, she's a baddie. She a 10. She's a dime piece. And I'm about to talk to her. And this is about to be great. Right? Wrong. So this doesn't happen all the time. And it happens to some men more than others, okay? Starts off with you guys are talking, you guys are exchanging. Of course, as a man, you want to take things further. You want to be intimate. Let's not lie, fellas. This is something that you want, okay? This is something that you are trying to do. You're trying to be intimate. You're trying to get in there. Because us as men, we don't talk to females just for validation and attention. We don't care about that. Our validation is sliding up in there. It's going up through there, sliding up in there, and conquering some kitty. Okay? That's our validation. This is why when a bunch of guys gather around, when a bunch of guys are talking, this is what they're talking about. Oh yeah, man, I bagged a baddie. She wasn't a baddie. She looked like Precious for real. She looked like Lizzo, right? Oh man, I bagged a baddie, man, and we went home and I was beating it up. He really lasted for 2 minutes, right? He really lasted for 2 minutes. Yeah, I was beating it up and she was hollering and she really said, wow, that was it, right? But you get what I'm saying. Guys get together and they discuss their stories, their war stories, so to speak. And they talk about how they were with these chicks and how they beat it up and, all of this type of stuff. That's our validation. That's really the only reason why we talk to chicks. And there are cases, there are exceptions where men do have female friends for real, right? Like it's genuinely on a platonic level, there's some kind of other factor going on there, some kind of other factor that's in place. Okay. But for the most part, when men talk to women, they are going in for the kill. They're trying to kill that putty. No, they're trying to kill that cat. That's what their objective is. They're not talking to chicks just to feel better about themselves. Okay? Our validation is different. But see, this is where men get stuff mixed up. Women don't think like that. You got to get out of this mind frame that females think like you, right? Because they don't. See, females keep different guys around for different reasons. Why? Because one, there's a whole bunch of guys trying to get at them for the most part. Think about this, fellas. If it was the same for men as if it was for women, right? You would have 10 chicks trying to get at you at a time in your DMs, in person, all that stuff. You're not gonna find all of them attractive. You're just not. Okay, you're not. So you're gonna delegate certain females to search for certain things, right? One female might get you some food, and this is in bizarro land. This doesn't happen. This only happens to like 1% of men for real. And I've never really seen this type of man in person. Pretty sure they're out there, right? You would delegate, let's just hypothetically, you would delegate one for food, delegate the other for trips and gifts, so on and so forth, right? But that's not the case. Okay? This is what females be doing. Because they have so many guys. And unfortunately, a lot of guys don't realize that they're being delegated to a certain position. If you ain't smashing, you're not in her number one position. And it's crazy to talk about it in this sense because it's kind of dehumanizing, right? That you're being used like some sort of utility, like some sort of object. But a lot of guys don't realize that they are being delegated to a certain position. You are Mr. Attention, right? You're the guy that she gets attention and validation from. Okay? You are the guy that she gets attention and validation from. And the way that you know basically is, like I alluded to earlier, number one sign is she's not meeting up with you. She's not getting together. Every time you try to link up with her, she comes up with some kind of excuse. But the thing about it is, she's still talking to you. She's not going to stop texting you. She's not going to stop FaceTiming you. She's not going to stop sending you cute little memes and shit like that because she likes attention. And attention is I would say in some cases, more important to females than actual sex, right? Like a chick has to have a validation. You know what I mean? She has to have some kind of validation. And by you being naive and not knowing what the hell is going on, you're the perfect suitor. Every time you try to meet up with her or every time you try to make things intimate, every time you try to do things in an intimate setting or, fellas, if you're trying to do something at 8 o'clock at night, right? Trying to hit a bar or something, that's intimate. You're trying to take it to an intimate level. And she is pretty much hitting the Heisman Trophy on you. Like, nope. She throwing out the stiff arm. She giving you the Ray Lewis, right? She stiff arming the hell out of you. You know what I'm saying? She giving you the Earl Campbell stiff arming the hell up out you, and you're not realizing it because you're thinking using male logic that she's talking to you and she feels romantically attracted to you. That is not the case. Women do not act like that. Attention is a whole other entity for them. They love that attention. They love when you're giving it to them. And they could have no kind of attraction to you. It doesn't necessarily mean they think you're unattractive, but they don't see you as a sexual option. They only see you as a person that gives attention. And usually these guys are, guys who have been trying to shoot their shot at the same chick for months, even years. See, the thing about it is, I'm going to put some blame on the guys too. A lot of these guys will get rejected essentially, right? Because the chick keeps flaking, or if she's going out with him, she's gonna constantly deny his romantic advances, even though he might have expressed them, right? But you guys keep getting rejected over and over again, and you still keep going for this chick. You're still trying and trying, and you think it's going somewhere, right? At what point do you realize that she is not interested? And like I said, a lot of guys will continue for months, even years. These are the guys that you see as, oh, this is my friend right here. This is my friend. And these guys have been friend zoned. Now, do some of these guys break out and eventually get the cat? Yeah, but after what? After so many years and so many months. But that's the thing about it. They're gonna keep getting strung along. And a lot of times these chicks know that these guys want them in a more than a platonic way. But these chicks know that they can control the guy by giving him just enough feedback, because this is what gets these guys. It's like they're throwing out hope. These chicks are selling hope, right? You guys ever heard that term, selling hope? They're giving them breadcrumbs, as they say. They engage with the guy just enough to keep him around, just enough to keep him around. They give him just enough feedback for him to keep in communication, because like I said, that attention is extremely addictive. I never forget Fabulous, the rapper. He said, attention is the new drug, right? Attention is, crack ain't the most addictive drug. Attention is. He said something of that nature. If y'all listen to Fab, he's got punchlines for days. So it was something to that extent. That's not exactly what he said, and I agree with that. A lot of these young ladies, man, they thrive off that attention. They love attention. They be posting memes and little pictures and stuff. And this is pretty much bait for guys to come and give them attention. When they're given attention, now they feel better. It's like a constant void that needs to be filled. And what better way to do it than to have a guy that's giving her attention, hell, even giving her gifts sometimes, taking her out. And a lot of times the fucked up thing about it is these chicks will even go so far as to hang out with this guy, hell, even sometimes kiss him. Stuff like that, just to keep him around for attention. And like I said, do they give it up at some point to these guys? Maybe sometime in the future, yeah, they will, after years and months. And you know what I'm saying? What the thing about this, fellas, to take from this is that don't waste your time. This is the main crux of this video. You're pretty much letting this chick waste your time. That's what's going on, where she's constantly flaking, or she's constantly talking about she's busy, or if you guys are going out a lot, she's constantly rejecting your romantic advances. And hey, she's not obligated to accept it, of course. But like I said, she's going to keep throwing out them breadcrumbs just to keep you around. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Peace.